Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all good. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all well and had a good Monday, and it was a successful. And let me have a look. There we go. Just move that up. Go away, please. There we go. Thank you. Right, let's have straight away, which is great. Brilliant. Hey, that was painless.
Yeah.
Getting better at this now. So, introduce yourself and tell us what you make and sell.
Right, so I'm Mary Noel from Teal Creative, and I design, illustrate and print kind of bold, modern prints of various things. Seem to do a lot of birds and animals at the moment, but basically anything that takes my fancy.
Fantastic. And why did you set up your business, and how did you come up with your business name?
Right, so I'll try and keep it brief. Basically, I've always been in design. I've always been some kind of designer. So from when I was very young, I used to design cake decorations. Was a bit odd. So I've been a graphic designer, doing logo design, websites, and basically anything you can think of, really.
Yep.
And then when I had my little boy, I decided to take a bit of a career break to look after him. Then I ended up having another little baby, so that kept me kind of busy a bit longer. And I always kind of had in my head that I wanted to do something for myself. So I was always kind of thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And I decided one day I was going to kind of just refresh my design skills. So I downloaded a free trial of a program, Illustrator, and had a little play. And I started illustrating the kids, because that's all I knew at the time, like kids. And I put it up on Facebook, and people were very kind and said, they're really good, and we think you could probably do something with those. Left it for a little bit because the time wasn't right, and then just it with a friend of mine. She basically said, "Well, can you do logos?" And I said, "Yeah, I can do logos." So I did hers. She was really pleased with it. I was like, "Hang on a minute! I've remembered that I really love doing this, and I want to get back into it." So it was lockdown, and I thought, right, I'm going to have a go. I signed up for an online market, which they then said, "Oh yes, please join." I was like, "Oh God, I better get some stuff." And that's it, really. So that's where I was born. So now I've got an Etsy shop, doing commissions for people, and yeah, that's it.
Cool.
With regards to the name, it was just it's quite hard to come up with a name that somebody hasn't already pinched. I used to do kind of name development for people, so I should probably know how to do it. I knew I wanted something short and kind of punchy. A lot of my work's very colourful, so and I'm always drawn to kind of tealy, turquoisey colours, so I thought Teal Creative is as good as anything.
Cool. Excellent. I tried to put a colour on today that was teal. This was the nearest I've got. There we go.
In the of teal.
I tried. I thought I'd get rid of it. I thought, oh, I've got anything here that's teal. I thought it's almost teal. Almost. And it's nice what you were saying earlier. I think it's very important, like you just said, you had a career, the 2 children, but also it's having something for you, isn't it? Something that's just for you.
It's to do with your identity as well.
Yeah,
but it's for them as well, because I've got a little boy and a little girl, and I suppose at the moment I feel a bit like it's a very traditional sort of relationship. The dad goes out to work, the mum stays, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I've enjoyed it. But I want my daughter and my son to see me as actually, she's really good at that. She makes money doing that. I don't want it all to be the dad goes out.
Yeah. And also, isn't it that, when you're at the event, Dad can look after the kids and I can have my time to, you can do what you do, what he usually goes and does. So he goes to work, you're at home with the kids. And it's nice, we've got a lady coming who recently had a baby and she needs to breastfeed. So we're like, cool, it's not a problem. It was like, we can sort that out, and I put her in the room so that she's positioned so her husband can come in, she can go off, feed Babby, and and he could do the stall. It's like, and then he could take the baby, and it's like, and it was almost that kind of asking me that question. And I'm like, well, because you're a mum, it doesn't stop you being who you are and you know, selling your product. So yeah, it is important to have an identity.
Yeah, I kind of missed that a bit.
Yeah.
Well, not at the moment because I'm doing bits, but like this time last week was kind of chief sock sorter. Actually, kind of for the kids to see as well. Say, oh, what are you doing? Because my little boy's 6 now, so he'd be like, oh, what are you doing, mummy? And he'd be like, oh, I like one, or you know, and it's just nice for them to. I want to be a role model for them as well.
Sure.
That you go out and,
yeah. Days are gone of the dad goes to work, mum stays at home, has the kids. It's changed a hell of a lot, and it's so nice when actually the woman could go out and the guy can be at home with the kids. And I think now it's almost it's before it'd be frowned on, wouldn't it? It's like, oh, well, that can't be. It's a man. He needs to beat his chest, and it's no longer. It should no longer be like that. Things have definitely changed.
Mm-hmm.
So whereabouts are you based, and where is your workspace?
So I'm in Bear Green, which is just a little village just outside Dorking. My workspace is basically the dining room table.
Yeah.
We do have when we bought this house, we do have a summer house, which I've got my eye on.
Yeah.
Full of kids' plastic cats, bikes, and so that would need working. But I mean, luckily, all I need really is a computer, so I don't take up too much space, which is not too bad.
So, have you a favourite item to create, and why have you chosen it?
It's a hard one because quite often it's the thing that I'm working on at the time. But I suppose the favourite thing that I've created ever would be the pictures of the kids.
Yeah, they're sweet. Yeah,
they've got an emotional attachment, and because I suppose it got it all started as well.
Yeah. And the ones behind, they're yours as well, aren't they? So there we go. The beautiful colours really stand out. They're absolutely stunning. So have you been with that as well? Have you been working on anything new at all? Any inspirations, new things that will be there for June?
Yeah, definitely. So at the moment, I've just
not June. Ignore me. Sorry, not June. Sorry.
So yeah, I've just actually been speaking to a lady about a commission. She wants me to draw. It's something I've not done before, but it's something I want to get into. She wants me to actually draw her parents' house.
Wow.
So it's for their anniversary present. And it's something I quite like. I know you've spoken to a lady on here, and I can't remember, a young girl. I can't remember who she was. I know she's doing like landscape.
Yes. Jez Designs. Yeah, Jez. Yeah.
And I don't want to steal her thunder. But I'd quite like, there's so many beautiful places around here. I'd quite like to see if I could do some kind of contemporary take, or like just very graphic thing like that. I'm also working on a gin and tonic picture.
Nice. Inspiration. and as well, isn't it? There is, like we were talking today about Jez and what she's going to bring, as in Dorking. And, if there is something that you see, we were on a walk the other day, and up at the Nower, there's that beautiful, beautiful temple. I don't know if you've
ever... on my list.
Exactly, and it's just stunning. There was a couple sat there, and they're having a little picnic, and there were random little children's like toys that were left there. There was a hat and there was a toy on the floor. But it's absolutely stunning, and looking down we can actually see our house from the top there, and we just sat on the bench, and we were talking about inspiration of some things we've got coming. We often on walks we come up with the most amazing ideas sometimes, because you're away from everyone, away from don't see many people. But yeah, I would go for it. There's somewhere in Dorking or somewhere around that you like, go for it. And also when you're doing the events, probably people might ask that, so maybe see what Jez is doing, what she isn't doing, then you can do it.
That's it. Pubs and buildings, I might go for hills.
exactly. So as you know, that we have an ethos about being friendly, creative and unique. Is there an ethos or a saying or something that you kind of work with?
I think because I kind of, obviously I'm aware of the questions that you ask people, it's probably the one that I was dreading the most. Well, thinking about it, right, so my dad's, it's a bit of an odd one. My dad's French, so I'm half French.
Right.
And he'd quite often come up with like random French proverbs and sayings and things, and you just think, and one of the ones that he comes out with, which I'm sure in French sounds absolutely fantastic,
yeah,
is translated into English isn't quite so fancy. It's basically, there's no such thing as stupid jobs, only stupid people.
True.
Which I take to mean, you know, whether you're a road sweeper or a brain surgeon, do the best you can do.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I try and do.
Yeah.
I try to illustrate in the best way. I use the best print processes. So they're all giclée printed, which is like top-notch kind of fine artists use. The colours are amazing. I basically just try and do the best that I can do, make the best decisions that I can make.
Yeah.
A local printer. The paper that they use is British made paper. All the packaging that I use, I try and, where possible, so it's recycled backing board.
Yeah.
So it's basically just try and be the best you can be and be the best person you can be while you're doing it. And while I'm doing that, hopefully just create something that's going to give somebody a bit of pleasure.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking the other day, weren't we? I mean, when I was talking to Josh last week, and he was sat there in his house that he's just bought with his girlfriend, and it's kind of empty walls, and it's like, you know, like when he comes to the events, I know that there's lots of different artwork and things. I myself, I love art, and I love all the stories, and the different pictures I've got all have a story. I know where they're from, what event I bought them at, or, you know, what memory or whatever occasion that was with the hands or whatever the occasion is. Sorry. And also, it was nice actually talking to you just now, because I've been called, and I do apologise, I've been calling you Marie, and it's Mary, isn't it? So that's the French thing that you know, with IE, and yeah, so I do apologise when you said, and
I get called all sorts.
It's like with Sarah and Sarah and all of that, isn't it? Without an H and whatever, and then you get a Sarah without a H, and then she's called, but then she is called Sarah, but that should be Sarah because it's not a H. And I'm like, oh, okay, well.
My name's one of those names that looks fantastic written down.
Yeah.
In real life, it's not so easy. So helpful, really.
Just like Mrs. Bucket, isn't it? Mrs. Bucket, Mrs. Bucket, it's Bucket, lady of the residence. So, what are your goals and dreams for this year?
Basically, I just want to get better at what I'm doing and just learn because it's still such a new thing to me. I want to get better at social media. I want to get better at kind of selling myself. I'm not particularly good at pushing myself. I want to add to my portfolio of work. It would be amazing to actually get my work into a shop. Sure. That would be cool. Just be more successful and just get better and more professional and learn lots.
And that, you know, that's when I've said as well, I think kind of one of the, from the beginning, talking to the new businesses with myself, was that realizing that, you know, they could improve on their social media, or they can improve on that. So that's what I'm working on with the workshop, which I think it will be really beneficial for you, because you will learn so much. And the thing is, when we do the workshops, you know, we'll do it visual, you know, like this, but you're not alone. There's people that, oh God, I didn't know this, or I didn't know that, and the tagging and the whole thing about, you know, and getting out there, and then how you set up your store and the customer service, all of the journey of everything, ticking that box, so that when you're there at the event, everyone go, wow, you know, and you knowing all of that before you arrive to the event, instead of afterwards going, oh, I wish I knew that, or I wish I knew how to do that. So that's what I'm trying to sort out at the moment. So hopefully by the end of the week, I should be sending out invites and we can have some fun. It's going to be fun as well, and you'll learn lots from it. So that's really good. So who is your support network?
I suppose it's like everybody says, it's family and friends. So obviously the friends who've initially kind of given me the shove to go, actually, these are really good, you should try and do something with it. Yeah. My friend who commissioned me to do the logo was amazing. She was like, come on, you can do it. Family, so my kids. Yeah. Crazy enough, they will say whether they like something or not.
Yeah, they do.
And probably my other half is really good as well. Because he's very blunt. If he thinks something's not right, he will tell me. He will not save my feelings.
Okay, yes.
Oh, you could have said that in a bit of voice. But normally he is right. Yes. He, you know, he knows what I can do, and he knows, well, you can make that a bit better. I was like, all right then.
That's the thing. Sometimes they are right, aren't they? And you can't.
Yeah, and then,
yeah, they were right, but you don't let them know that till later.
I hope he doesn't back, because I don't want him to know that.
So what events are you doing this year with Curated by Dapper and Suave?
So I'm doing September the 5th.
Yep.
October the 3rd.
Excellent. Cool. Cool. And like I say, this is your first live event, isn't it? You've done virtual, is it?
I've done 3 online virtual fairs, but this is the first live one. So I'm kind of trying to, slightly kind of. I'm coming along to the June one to see.
Fantastic.
I've got my tickets booked. So I want to see how it all works, but I want to see kind of how people set things out, what I need, how it all works. Because at the moment I'm kind of racking my brains how to display things. It's something I've done before, so I need to work all that out.
And that's in the workshop bit that we can, discuss that in bits, because there are, and also, just seeing how because with your stuff, which is really great, it's actually, I think we keep going on and on about it. Actually, it looks great. You can do all you can on Instagram, but actually seeing it in the flesh and seeing the colours, isn't it? Because, I remember working for Edge Connection sometimes, and there used to be, sometimes there would be something that would be online. We used to have the iPad. And you'd look at it and go, what is this? But in real life, it would be a totally different colour. There's a lot of the homeware stuff they did. It was really bizarre, almost like they put some crazy filter on it. And then when you looked at it, like, wow, that's not how it should look. So we shouldn't be putting filters on artwork, especially, if it goes onto Instagram. But then you see what you're getting, isn't it? Which is
I hope so, because as you can see, the Giclée print, colours they just pop so much. And I think can't possibly get that online, as you say. So hopefully people will go, oh.
Yeah. It's just bizarre because, as you know, Dapper and Suave, just behind you on the left, the green is our sort of colour, and I keep getting drawn to it. It's like,
The other good thing with the Giclée print, because it's all kind of really short print runs, you can basically store a design, but you went, well, actually, that green behind is my colour.
Yeah.
Could we apply it to that? So it's kind of, you can mix and match.
Wow. Yeah.
All these prints that I've got, they all come in different background colours, because I'm aware that somebody might like a bullfinch or a long-tailed tit, but they don't particularly like the mustardy or the teal.
Oh.
So if you go onto the Etsy shop, and I'll have different kind of options available for each one as well, which is nice.
Yeah, and that's that's a really good thing of what you've just said there is, and also when the customers come along, of you telling them how it's made and how it's printed and the colour, but also maybe having an image, and next to it just some colours, like when you go and get into the paint shops, the colour sort of things, maybe some sort of next to it so people kind of know, and it's a really kind of almost when you go colour matching and you've got that people can go, oh, so that's maybe something to think about, just having a little frame or colours next to it that kind of to show the other colours, maybe. Just an idea, But
we've got printing and graphic design. You've got Pantone books, which is basically that exactly. It's like a colour matching thing. So I might bring my Pantone book along. Yeah,
exactly. And people sometimes they'll have their iPad there with a video, or might have their iPad that Rob's after it. Look, he wants the Blue Robin, the Blue Robin. And also, I think it's because, and I looked at the Blue Robin, Robin symbolise different things, and as people know, and we've had many a times a robin in the back garden, or we'd be on walks and it will be following us and things like that. And the blue tits that are in our garden at the moment, we did actually have a bit of a incident with the cats the other day, sort of bringing a dead one in. But but we have lots of blue tits and that in the garden, which is really, really lovely. There's one that kept coming back. He had a little mark on his belly, little mark, and he was probably a couple of months in our garden. He'd be there tweeting away, he would. So
love it.
Yeah, exactly. And that little thing, isn't it, that blue tick can make you happy, but then you've got a picture of some bird or something that makes you happy, isn't it? It makes you smile. And I think we all need that.
Yeah.
We all need that. And so last question is, why did you choose to work with us?
Right, okay. This is going to sound a bit creepy, to be honest, but it's the honest answer. So basically, I've watched a lot of these lives with people because I'm nosy, because I want to see who else is turning up. I want to make friends with you all.
Yeah,
basically. You've put me at ease today. You seem really friendly. I really like what you've done. Everybody says, The events are really fun. But I think ultimately what it is, it feels like an almost a really exclusive club to belong to that you
Yeah.
can learn from. And I want to be in your club, basically.
Thank
And I
you.
just learn from you and meet other people and just get involved
Yeah.
in the community. Because I'm kind of sitting here at home doing stuff, making decisions all on my own. Sorry. So it'd be nice to kind of meet some people as well.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah. I mean, the thing just come up here with it says connection is so important, and it is, because I think sometimes we are doing things on our own, and it's sort of sometimes it can be quite sort of, you know, the outside world, how it has been for the last year has been, it's been quite lonely as such, isn't it? That we're not being able to go out and do things with our friends, and things are changing, but slowly and things like that, which is you know, but being with people and like-minded people like yourself,
yeah.
seeing other artwork, talking to other people, and also what's been lovely is Helen, sorry Helen, I totally forgot your name. Oh, brave, sorry Helen. But it's been really lovely, some of the interaction I've seen on Instagram and I've seen on Facebook, people having little chats, and it's just been really nice, and people that are in the same kind of artwork, but I also, they probably learn from each other as well, and that thing as well about being unique, not copying people, but ideas, like you said earlier about Jez and not jumping on her shoes, but if the heels and things like that, the temple upper whatever, she probably doesn't even know about that, so she'll probably go for more, because she likes doing the pubs and things, doesn't she? So
for everyone, isn't there?
yeah, there is something for everyone, and if, you know, if it is similar, then it's your take on it, and it has to be your style, doesn't it? That's what's more important, to have your style and it to be recognized, which is really important. So it was really, really great to talk to you. I know that there's been a lot of people who are really nervous about doing this. I guess a chance, your lipstick looks lovely.
Sorry. Bit much for 10 o'clock in the morning.
No, it looks great. It looks really lovely, and it's really, and we're tomorrow with Ellie Jane. We had a bit of, yesterday was hilarious. She's having her wardrobes done, and she had a bit of like, oh God, what do I do? So I was almost telling her to sit in the car, which was hilarious. We were going to do like a carpool in the car, and then all of that. But her lovely neighbour is going to lend her house tomorrow. And she's been saying that her neighbour as well has been a real godsend throughout lockdown, chatting over the fences. I do it with our neighbours next door. That, you know, really sort of checking in on them like they do with us, which is lovely. So we will be here tomorrow with Ellie Jane Designs. So that would be really lovely to see her. And I know also as well, she's been talking to other people, and other people that I know have already bought her T-shirts, Pure Mess, that we're going to see later on, actually, because we've got a collaboration going on with her that we're going off to test something, which is exciting. Not saying too much. So yeah, so that'll be tomorrow. As I say, all of Mary, not Marie, all of her details will be on our YouTube chat. We'll go onto the YouTube, the video there, and any details obviously on the Instagram will go there, on Facebook, so you can have a little look at hers. Really looking forward to, let me know what time you're coming in June, so that I can make sure that I say hello to you. Right. I know that it's going to be crazy, but nice just to say hello, and then we'll you know, you can get a vibe for it, and then we'll see you in September. Have a lovely day. Great to see you, and take care. Bye bye.